here's Gui Santos leading the break. Now, as soon as the front defender swoops in, this dude just went full Manu Ginobili on him with this nice Euro step before absorbing the contact while finishing right through. And when the defender picks him up on top, he just puts on his dancing shoes, drives to the lane, then after drawing a bunch of bodies, he lasers a no-look pass to the corner man for the wide-open three. I mean, if you're a big Golden State Warriors fan, you should be smiling from ear to ear now, knowing that the guy you just saw on those clips was just signed a 3-year deal with the Golden State Warriors. You heard it right, folks. After playing in the G-League for 1 season, the Dubs have finally signed their 55th overall pick in the 2022 draft, Gui Santos. Now, with this said, what does this 6'7" stud bring to the table, and how can he fit in the Dubs system? Well, a quick and short answer to that is through his diverse offensive skill set.
Santos, little hezzy, to the hoop, with the layup.
At 6'8" and weighing about 210 pounds, Santos has a surprisingly smooth dribble package for his size. And just look at how he destroys his man here with the nasty hezzy before gliding all the way to the cup for the finish. And when he gets the mismatch against the opposing bigs, Santos will just use his handles and quick first step as he explodes to the rim. Now, coming from the baseline, he just backs his way against his man using his huge body, and uses his footwork to get around him before getting crafty with the left-handed finish. Well, speaking of his footwork, Gui is pretty nimble for his size, and uses his feet a lot to counter or create separation when he's trying to get his shots up. Santos attacks here in the lane, but when the defense shuts him down, he pivots to the other side and bumps his defender to create space before banking it in. So here is Gui once again, shaking off his defender with the behind the back, then once he got stopped, he used his footwork again to get around the defense to score underneath. Now, here against the Kings, he drives once again going to his right. When the defense gets in front of him, he counters it with a big 1-2 step to create some space, and then lays it in with his offhand. His shot-making ability and footwork are really something worth noting, because you rarely see a man his size doing such things. But aside from that, the other facet of his game that can help the Dubs in a big way is through his playmaking.
38%. Behind the back pass there. Pemberton for 3.
We all know that the Dubs system is all about ball movement and player movement. And here, you can see that after making an off-ball cut to the rim, Gui has the instinct to locate the corner man with a blind dime, and in return, Pemberton swishes down the wide-open bucket. Now, in pick-and-roll situations, Gui can also make the right read, and after the defense hedges on him, he finds the roll guy with a hook pass on top of his head for the easy deuce. And after getting the block here, he just led the pack in transition just like Draymond does. And because he's so tall, he can find the lane fillers on the break while running with full steam ahead. In his lone season playing for the Santa Cruz Warriors in the G-League, Gui averaged 12.7 points, 6.0 rebounds, and 2.2 assists in 26 minutes of play, while shooting 50% from the field and 33.3% from 3. And in 4 Summer League games that he took part in last July, Gui averaged 17.3 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal per ball game. Those numbers really speak a lot about what Gui can bring to the Dubs. I mean, as you saw in the previous clips, the dude can put up buckets in isolation, and he also has the vision to find his teammates in the right place and at the right time. But on top of these, his defense really stood out for me, and I think this is going to be his biggest contribution whenever he finally gets inserted in the Dubs' regular rotation. With the shot clock winding down, Gui still hustles on this one as he blocks away this shot in transition. Now, in this play, look at how Gui plays the passing lane as he intercepts the pass here. Then, after crossing his defender, he just goes all the way to the other end for the cherry-pick dunk. In this early offense, the opposing team tries to push the ball ahead quickly before the defense can even set up. But their plan is spoiled thanks to Santos as he just flies from the weak side to swat away this shot, which eventually leads to a fast break attack on the other end. And lastly, here's Gui once again coming out of nowhere with this monster chase-down rejection. Now, as we're all aware, the Golden State Warriors entered the 2023-24 season with just 13 players in their roster. However, according to the CBA rules, NBA teams must have fewer than 14 players for no more than 28 total days during the regular season, and for no more than 14 straight days, which is why the Dubs signed Gui Santos for this particular roster stipulation. Before Gui's signing, there were a lot of names floating around on who was going to be the 14th man for the Dubs, like Rodney Magruder, Rudy Gay, and Dwight Howard. Well, as good as those established vets were, they're already old and past their prime, while Gui is still young, athletic, and has plenty of room to grow at just 21 years old, which is why I think the Dubs made the right call on this one. And here's another thing. The reason why they signed Santos to a full deal is because it allows the Dubs to save money. See, the new CBA added a second-round pick exception that allows a team to sign its own second-round picks to a contract that is longer than a veteran minimum deal, and this effectively costs the Warriors less against the luxury tax. With this said, I think the Warriors are going to sign him to a two-way contract and let him play in the G-League so that he can develop his skills further and pick him up later on when the time is right. Just like what they did to their promising young stars and rookies back then, like Kuminga, Moody, and ex-Warriors Jordan Poole and James Wiseman. Though I don't see Santos making his way to the Dubs rotation just yet, there's a chance that he could get called up this season and earn his minutes if he gets swapped to Pods, Quinones, or TJD. In case they perform poorly, and should this happen, I think Santos will fit just fine with the regular guys because of the tools and unique skill set that he has to offer. I mean, as you saw in the clips earlier, he's a versatile forward who can score, pass, and defend, and because of his unselfishness and solid play on both ends, I think the Warriors will benefit a lot from Gui Santos the moment they finally give him a chance to shine and showcase his true value.
There are only 30 teams in the NBA. Gui Santos, nice swim. Santos high for the rebound. With the left. Santos, it has turned into the Gui Santos show. A ceiling for him. Santos the steal, Ferrari to beat, and finishes.
From Ferrari, and then an easy bucket.
Klay Thompson and the COVID shutdown. Santos bowls over a defender. Gui Santos, a nice move. They do win the jump ball and they get a layup out of it. And he did airball one of his step back threes a couple days back. There's Gui Santos, who
to see what the basketball IQ is of the player.
Santos just threw that between the legs. It's Santos on a catch and shooting that. 2 for 2 for Gui. Santos hit a couple of threes in the first half. Dancing on Mulder, setting up Sleva.
Leadership, competitive. I'm looking. What a great move!
Strong move from Jamari Bouye as Udai Baba